Ah. What is going on, guys? We're back again with another video, and in today's video I'm going to be going over a long trade that I took on gold. This was a trade setup, and I'm going to show you because a lot of people gave me questions in regards to like asking me, Matt, is this the forever model? Like, I don't see this correlating. This looks different because it's a breaker entry compared to the order block entry. I'm gonna go over that completely in this video so you guys have full blown clarity. It's gonna be the same style. You're gonna understand the narrative build, the bias framed, all the way down to the execution, and you're gonna see how it's literally nothing different from what I always do. It's always gonna be the same copy and paste method. Now, let's get right into it and hop into the analysis. Now, we're going to start off, and I'm going to be doing, instead of a slideshow showing different PDFs, I'm going to be walking through each thing live. And I'm going to break down everything for you guys. So, we have an hourly chart framed on gold and silver. We have gold on the left, we have silver on the right. Now, what is the difference between these two charts? I'm going to just hover my cursor over both. What is the difference that you are already seeing between the two? Which pair is giving the clean indication? We have a fair value gap here. Let me fix this. Fair value gap here. And we have a fair value gap all the way down here. Both untapped. And what is the difference between the two? SMT divergence at the tag of that fair value gap between gold and silver. Look at the correlated lows and notice how we have the wick doing the damage. We have the higher low on silver. We have the lower low on gold. That is our step 1 and step 2 of the checklist for our trade to give us the okay to look for an execution. It's very simple. You look for a correlated pair. You look for SMT at or inside of the tag of that fair value gap. That confirms your bias and your direction as to where you are anticipating price to go. Gold has been bullish. We're not looking for shorts here, so we're looking for price to just continue and expand higher in the respect of higher time frame order flow. This is the easiest possible thing to do in a trending market. All the market does is take out old highs and lows and rebalance imbalances. So all you want to do is frame your trades when price rebalances and imbalance to then take out another high or a low. It's just very easy process. Now, this was past our execution window, so 8 o'clock past that time, we're looking for trades. We get our SMT inside of the tag of that fair value gap at 9 o'clock hourly candle. Now, I don't take trades on silver, so I'm going to just widen this screen here, and we're going to go from the hourly chart doing our analysis. We're going to do the 5-minute for the execution and look to see what was happening while price created that SMT or at the tag of that fair value gap. So when we created the tag of that fair value gap, I'm going to replay price even more. That was the hourly gap here. Now, if we look closely, we have also a short-term low here that gets ran by this down close candle resting here. And then the next candle actually clears and runs all of these resting lows, creating the hourly SMT. But this candle is not a down close candle, so I cannot utilize that as an order block. I have to utilize either this candle here as my order block, or if I don't get the tag on this candle here, I would be able to use a breaker block, and a breaker block would be the highest up close candle in a manipulation move lower that created our SMT divergence. And in this case, this was what ended up playing out for the trade. But let's play out price a little bit more because all we had was our fair value gap tag and our SMT. So we have step 1 and 2. Now we're just waiting for the confirmation for step 3 to get our execution. Now if I play out price even more, we don't have the closure here, not yet. We close above right there. So technically you could have your buy limit in right here and put your stop loss all the way at the low here, and then target the hourly highs all the way up here, or 1 to 2 risk to reward right there. Now if price misses you and the next candle in this situation while I was watching live I saw that this candle closed above and confirmed the breaker without giving me the tag of this order block. So what is that going to mean for me? I want to be in the trade as quick as I possibly can. Now, in this situation, since we had such energetic displacement higher after we created that hourly SMT inside of the hourly bullish fair value gap, I can use the breaker rather than waiting for the order block, because this is a line of support in regards to price delivery. So what I did was I alerted to my group that I'm long at the tag of the breaker at 30.52.5. My stop loss went actually at the body of the candle that swept the short-term low, the body low of it. So just in case price came down, tagged me in here, and then went a little lower to the order block, I would still have a bit of a cushion in case price wanted to go higher from there. Now, my target was simply just looking for a 1 to 2 risk to reward, which was taking out these 1 hour external range highs. Super simple, simplistic process in regards to what I was looking for in this price delivery. Very easy. Now, let's look at what happens next. We get tagged in right here. This is our breaker block. Tagged in right there. And then look at how easy this move was from this point on. We literally had one down close candle. One down close candle, which was this little doji, and the one candle that tagged us into the trade. We had our bias framed from the hourly gap with SMT. All we're doing next is waiting for the confirmation on the lower time frame to look for a trade execution. It could be off of the order block, it could be off of the breaker block for more confirmation, or it could be utilized as an inversion gap. I don't want you guys hell-bent on missing opportunities of trades because you didn't get in on the order block tag. You could still utilize other trade mechanisms in regards to execution. It doesn't have to be that specific candle all the time, because I don't do that. I'll look for that for the first trade because that's the low risk buy in my opinion, and then I'll be able to look for a further confirmation execution, which would be the breaker. And this was the further confirmation trade, closing above that swing high of the candle swing high that swept all the lows, the manipulation leg, and then we closed back above. The literal V created the SMT inside of the hourly gap. We closed above with displacement, creating a fair value gap too. So this was a clean unicorn entry. Executing off the breaker, targeting the hourly external range high. The SMT within the fair value gap, that will always be the, if this happens, then I will look for a trade. If there's no fair value gap, but there's SMT, I'm not taking the trade. If there's a fair value gap and there's no SMT, I'm not taking the trade. There has to be a fair value gap with SMT, and then I'm going to take the trade. That is the musts. There's no step 3 for an execution without step 1 and step 2. And I want you guys to always follow that, because that's what I do and every time that I look for a trade. And I hope that really cleared up some confusion for you guys in regards to like some trades that you see that don't replicate the other, but they always do it. Like literally every single trade that I'm going to take will always look relatively the same. And even in this situation, it still looks exactly the same to any other trade that I've practically taken. We have the reaction off of our higher time frame key level. We go to the align lower time frame. We look for the trade execution. A simple ABC process. But I hope that this trade breakdown was clear to you guys. I hope that you had a great trading week. And like always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any feedback or anything else that you want to see in the future. And hope you guys all have a great weekend. And I'll see you next week for the next upload. Be safe, everybody.